Hey, welcome back, regular viewers. All right, look at that. It's clean-ish. All right, this week we are going to continue to salvage this broken stair bolister that my children decided would look much better out here in the regular shop than on the stairs where it originally was. From that, if you recall, we made this right here. This is a supposed to be like a surf casting lure to catch jacks. It has a through wire that goes all the way through it that we made out of an old coat hanger. There is weights back here on this part of it that are supposed to, there it goes, slide around and make noise like that. We put some wings on it, some big fins on it rather, so it would be mullet-esque, and kind of represent the mullet bait fish which we have down here, which the jacks go after. We did catch nothing on it so far, and just for reference, this is 7.5 lovely inches of fear and fury. All right, so we still have 19 or 20 inches of this garbage left to try to make lobster out of tuna fish from, so that I preserve my sanity by thinking this wasn't all for nothing. So today we're going to make a pencil popper, which we've made here on the show before. We'll link that one in the description below, but this one's going to be different. And it's going to be a see-through pencil popper, hopefully with a flashy thing in it. This represents flashy thing and some see-through weights. We're going to combine the technologies of garbage wood with garbage weights. With some weights, some flashy stuff, and Lexan polycarbonate, which is not this material right here. I used this material right here to make the Zapp's Potato Chip Lure. We'll show you a picture of that here. But we can link that video below. I thought this was like a Lexan polycarbonate. This was an old tissue box thing that my wife had purchased, and my kids promptly destroyed that as well. So she donated it out here to the trash can, and I dug it out because I'm a hoarder and decided to make lures out of it. But this is not Lexan polycarbonate, as you can tell by the way that it breaks and shoots shards everywhere. I had a heck of a time trying to make a fishing lure out of this stuff before one of the regular viewers pointed out and said, "You're doing it wrong." And they were right, and I appreciate that. So I went to the store and I purchased this right here. Yes, the regular and I had a super romantic date last night, which is why we ended up walking around Home Depot with our dog and finding where this stuff was. By the way, if you're looking for this in Home Depot, it's located near the doors. The doors. You see how that makes sense? Anyway, yes, the young man with the mullet and a super cool cell phone who worked there looked it up for us and told us it was in aisle 27. And there we found it. So anyway, I wanted to show you, this is the other pencil popper, the first pencil popper I made on the channel. I made this little pencil popper here, and as you can see by a reasonably sized measuring device, it's 5 inches long, and it's got a pretty nice rattle in it. This is the first time I'd used UV resin, and I got it on there awful thick, for sure. Too thick, in fact, but the bass didn't seem to notice. It casts well, it still works, and even though I've smacked it against a couple things, and a little tiny chip right there, all in all, it's real good. So, yada, yada, yada. Moving on. So, but today's is going to be a larger one. And I'm just trying to figure what we want to do here. Do I want to use this as kind of like a cuppy snoot for it? You know what? I'll cut it off there. I'll cut it out at 7 inches. See what we get with that. Over here at the vise, let us detach this. Actually, we'll start out here where you can't see. And we'll cut that end off. Well, it's already nice and in the vise. Beautiful. All right. And thank you very much, regular viewers, for helping purchase this really nice pull saw that I got off the Amazons. Beautiful. All right. Already looks like a pencil popper. Almost done. All right, so here's our piece of wood. And the trick of a pencil popper and how it has its pencil-y poppy action is that it's weighted in the rear here. All right, so it's got the junk in the trunk, I guess. Is that a saying you can use here? I don't know. We'll find out. So we need to do the same thing. So we're gonna have weights back here that are gonna make noise. That is a representation of weights making noise. And then this area here is going to be all a window into the future. A window of flashiness, and there's going to be a chamber separation right here to keep this guy here. We'll put some hardware through, maybe a through wire, you know, that's going to go out to the end of the snoot here. That's going to hold our little flashy thingy that's represented here. Look at how easy this is to understand. Does that make sense? Not even a little bit. Okay, good. Good talk. All right, but in all seriousness though, what we are going to have to do is we are going to have to shave the sides of this guy down here so that it is going to be flat and not round any longer. But we're also going to need a taper on it because a traditional pencil popper, the back end is bigger than the front end. So we may have to do something like this with it as well. So I'm going to have to get to the over there to the Warrior and yeah, see if we can't start to shape this the way we want. This cupped mouth here, I don't know how big that's going to stay. Okay. Well, let's get to shaping and see where it takes us. You know, I don't really know how to put reference lines on something that I'm kind of making up as I go along. I do have an idea up in the regular head. It's just hard to put it down here. So, all right, let's get going. Right. Time to install the bench grinder. Got it. Okay, but now it's a little closer than it was. Still trying to figure out where the Warrior fits on here. That a little better for you? I think that's a little better. Okay. It's not level any longer. Not that it ever was truly level. It's kind of going uphill this way, like that over here, but we can make do. Hey, pro tip, gang. I bet you this works better with a new belt on it. All right, that'll do for now. All right, so we've got our desired thickness. It's relatively even. Now we need our desired drill bits. Okay. All right, more fictitious figuring. If I could have my marker ready when I asked for it. Thank you, Mr. Marker. Oh, wait, hold on. We got science tools for this. Precise tools. Like that one right there. This is going to be our rattle chamber and weight chamber. Like that. Meet right there. I'm going to go to this way and then all the way to here is the plan, Stan. All right. Now, join me over here at the drill press if you would. We're back from the drill press, and some of the more astute regular viewers may have noticed I destroyed the back of this by pressing too hard and trying to cut it through too fast. So, tragedy averted because we can fix it. We're going to glue this back together with some super glue. Super glue. Actually, I should put some super glue on this side too. Usually want to glue your hands right to the project. Like so. And we will glue a clamp right to it as well. Like so. And while we're waiting for this monstrosity to dry, I'm going to take the regular editor on a lunch date because she is deserving of it so for putting up with me. And we'll be back when this mess is dry. All right. Voila. Back together. Like it never even happened. And I think what I can do is probably drill that out now because it should be in there nice and solid. So let me go do that. Okay, that's good enough because we can clean the rest of it up with our here rotary tool. You can see we'll be changing this out a lot. Okay, so that just happened. All right, I think we caused enough damage. I think we got that the way we wanted it to look. So we've got our 2 chambers here, and we did take off a lot of meat right here. Kind of got away from me, but we can fix that somehow. We're going to go back over there and shape it just a skosh more and then move on to the next stage. All right, let's see where we're at now. All right, so we've got it thicker here than on the front. I still don't know what I'm going to do with all this weird shapedness. A lot of this may come off. We'll see. But it's Lexan time. This would be really nice to have a bandsaw for this, but we'll make do with the tools that we got. Okay, pro tip, don't try to cut Lexan polycarbonate on low speed. And don't forget where the high speed is on your jigsaw there. Thingy, what's it? Cool. So this is ugly, but it should do the trick. Now for our next trick, we will remove this simple sticker. Stand by for a brief commercial interlude where I figure out how to take a sticker off the Lexan. All right, hope that was entertaining. All right, what's giving me pause right now is I don't know if I want to have this interior painted or just wood grain. I think we'll just leave it wood grained. Let's do that. That'll be interesting. It'll have that wood grain part there, and then it'll have some fishiness to it. Oh, golly gee willikers, I don't know. I keep saying to myself. Let me think on this. So what I'm thinking of, I'll tell you what the next part is. What we're going to have to do is glue one of these to this side, like such as, and then start our work on the interior portions. So the weights and this little weird flashy section that's only exists in my head right now. And then this will get glued on, and then we will take it over to our Warrior, the belt sander, and we will proceed to shape it. The rest, they'll give it the final shaping, kind of like the final countdown, right? And that'll be interesting to see how that goes, because I'm sure it'll take off this slower than that, so we'll have to be very careful there. I'm afraid to take it down any further. Maybe I can do that on the belt sander. I can always make another piece. You can always make another piece. You can spend money and make another piece. Spend money? Yes, you can spend money. But I don't like to spend money. That's because you're just regular and you don't have enough to just spend wildly. Okay. Let's go try to shave that down a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay. So, yes, thank you, dog. Okay, so we got this is able to be sanded on the belt sander on the Warrior. So we're a little closer to the shape. Not quite as obnoxiously big as we were before. I think for the sake of all humanity. No, of this project, because this is a. Sometimes you watch these guys and they just know what to do. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys. Being just regular and all, it's usually my first time trying something, except for when it isn't, I guess. So that makes a lot of sense. So we'll do this. We will glue this to this side. We will leave it wood grained. And we'll see how she turns out. To the UV resin. Ozbang. Alright, let's get Ozbanging. Whatever that means. Just a drop will do you. Okay. Now, some of you may be thinking that, regular guy, you destroyed this structure by hollowing it out so thin. And you could be right, but I am betting that I'm going to put a bunch of structure back into it with these Lexan walls that I'm adding on to it right now. That's my gamble. Kashada. That's the gamble we're taking right here, okay? So that the ends will be nice and UV'd. So we'll start with that end and then do the other end. Okay, let's see if it's stuck. Well, I'm stuck to the bench. Okay, and that piece fell off and stuck in there. All right, reasonably adhered. I'm not going to take it out on the highway or anything like that, but all right, I'm going to go bring this out in God's UV chamber and harden it up. Right? So we have to drill a hole right through the back here with our friend who's always marking the position for us. And I'm going to use a bigger drill bit than normal because I got to go all the way through that chamber right there. Cool. At least we have the world's dullest drill bit. Let's see if we can't sharpen that. We'll be right back. Hey. Wow. Look at that. We need such a significant hole in the front. Start off with the regular one that we use. And if we need to make it bigger, we can. So I got some egg sinkers here. I have a 1/2 ounce. That should give it a good knock. Or I have 2/4 ounces, which if we're doing our math correct, is also a 1/2 ounce. They got room to move. Oh, they got room to move in there. I think we'll go with the single 1/2 ounce weight. I have this twist die that I had already made up for another project and never used, so let's see if we can't together, sorta, kinda. There is a reason I want the tag end still on it. Well, what if we just do this? Before I go bananas and get all kinds of frustrated. Aha! Look at that, huh? See, you can see it through the window. All right, see? They wait.
Ooh.
But wait, there's more. That's not a weight joke. Well, it was a weight joke. Sorry. Now for the flashy part to connect them both is this here piece of tin. Is it going to be heavy enough? Well, I think I got something a little bit heavier. Just because this might have to be a bit structural. Or structural. That wasn't how you say it. Okay. We're going to clean it up, of course, and flatten it out, but I like it. I like the length. Beautiful. If I was a smart man, I would have traced it out ahead of time because it's way thinner than that. Can't win them all. We could measure it. Why start now, right? Why don't we do that? Let's try to be professional once in a while. Okay, I got this piece of metal here. Good, nice and even. Just the way I like it. All right, we're gonna try to cut this off with the rotary tool because I let a friend borrow my angle grinder and I don't have it back there. Stand by. Magic. Just kidding. We got our piece of metal and we are going to trim it down, grind it down, make it fit a little bit more. See how that looks. To the grinding wheel. All right. Eyes, ears, and gloves on the firing line for this one, for sure. After much grinding, we went from this to this, and this will fit in this. So now we need to drill holes in it so that we can attach it to the wire. Okay, we got out our piece of wood. Probably put it that way so we don't scrape up our new bench too terribly much. Center punch. We want it center punch head right here. Like so. Stand fast, child. I'll be right with you. Beautiful. Beautifully center punch head. All right, great work. This regular system was helping us cut up some of the best drop shots that we ever made, and they worked. Check out that video if you'd like. Looking good, bud. All right, so after much grinding, cutting, drilling, shaping, hammering, I think we're done with this piece. Let's see how much this piece weighs. Okay, so it's just over 1/4 ounce. I wanted to make sure that that was still heavier back there, so we did not throw off the balance, which I don't think we will. And we need to figure out how we need to put this on a loop so that it's going to suspend betwixt these two areas so it has room to, flicker and flutter and such, like that. All right, do you see it? Do you see it flickering and fluttering and such? The burrs a little bit here with some Scotch-Brite. I was going to put a sticker on this, but I remembered I had my old steel wool here, and I'm trying to pretty good shine on it with that. It seems to be working out. Because that is camera 1, that is camera 2. I guess you can't really see it here, but this side definitely looks shiny-er. I'm going to try my buffing wheel real quick, see if that helps. I don't know if this is flat enough. All right, so I got my dirty buffing wheel, and I've got some Mother's chrome polish. So let's apply that on here. I think it's getting pretty shiny. I don't think we need no stinking stickers. We did it our dang selves. I'm going to keep on buffing on this for a little bit, see if I can get any better. All right, regular viewers, I spent a whole lot of time polishing this, which was a distraction and a procrastination. I was simply going to slap a sticker on it, and then I got into polishing it, and the reason was because I was baffled about what I was going to do about the internals here. And I came up with a plan. We're starting over with that. I kind of wish now I hadn't put this plate on the back at this point, but c'est la vie, right? It's already done. So, what we are going to do here is get out our stainless steel wire again. Had some time to think about it, and I think I know what I'm going to do. Get out a nice lengthy piece to make sure we have enough. And this is going to be less than entertaining, but I'm going to make it work because you're worth it, regular viewers. Again, had I not put the piece on there. On the other side, this whole operation would be easier. So we're going to go through like so, all the way through wire. I forgot about, well, I didn't forget, I was kind of ignoring the problem. What am I going to do about a bottom hook? And that's the question we're going to answer right now. So we'll start with a bend like so. Okay, that could do it. That actually worked the way I wanted it to, so I don't know why I didn't. Okay, guy. I cut off like, 6 feet of wire, and then I only pulled it through a couple inches over here. I can redo it if I need to. Okay. I shouldn't have done that bend first. Okay, fine. We still got more wire, though. Watch this. We can fix it. Ready? Ready, pull. There we go. Like it never happened. Okay, a mime. This is a terrible thing to waste. We got to drill a hole in the bottom about there is where we want it. That's where our hook hanger is going to hang. That looks more in the middle. Okay, we're going to go with that one. Okay, I'm going to use secondary awl, wider awl. Beautiful, that'll do. That'll do fine. We're going to make a bigger hole than we normally would. Giant hole in the lure there. Regular guy, you ruined it. You ruined it. Yep, I sure did. But I'm okay with it. I've got specific wire bending pliers for just such an occasion. Whammo! Okay, there's our lower hook hanger. And I want this as close to the bottom as possible. Again, pressing that in there. Hopefully there's still enough room for this to wiggle. Alright, so regular guy, what did you just do there? I made a staple, a tiny little staple, because I enjoy monotony and craziness. And I'm going to take my awl and poke 2 holes, the eyeballed approximate width of the staple, and press it in to there. Right, hold on. Now with tiny hammer and punch, and a third set of hands that I don't seem to have presently. Hey, staple. Problem is there's not enough meat, I don't think, to put one there. I think we, yeah, look at that. You see that in there? It worked. Hot dog, and that's pretty close to the bottom. I think I'm happy with it. Let's make another one. Okay. You saw how I sharpened it. We're just gonna go do that again, all right? Pretend you see me over there doing the same thing I just did. All right, staple number 2. Focus, phone. No, don't want to do it? Okay, fine. I get paid the same either way. Pilot holes piloted. It was there. I saw it. The difficulty is I UV resined this wood, so it kind of gave it a little hard candy shell. Okay, it's got way too much lateral movement there. drift. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you for coming along for the ride and enjoying my short-term memory issues. Or inability to recall simple words I've used. My entire life. Does that happen to anybody else? I'm just enjoying this part of life here. Now we're going to have to plug that hole, which we probably want to do now before we get more hardware in the way. But internal weight, we've got our line, our wire, our through wire through, and now we've got our hook hanger. Beautiful. So this guy is now going to sit in the middle. Oh, maybe I'll have a little clank there. It is going to hit this. I don't know how to get that to stay lower. Okay. Sorry for all the noise. I got landscapers, and I had to put a fan over here because it's super warm out here. Let's make a little plug. That should work. Let that cook for a minute. All right, our plug is plugged, so that should be watertight, hopefully. Now on to rethreading the needle. And what we're going to do here is just come right back through and push it through the UV resin that we just plugged that with for no good reason. Am I doing that on camera? Nope, I'm not. Good work. It's the only job you have as a YouTube person is being on the camera. Okay. There we go. Tie on point. Now the fun side. I should have done the fun side first. The easy part is over. The hard part begins. Now for my next trick, I put on my flashy thing of what's it. I think we're gonna have to start cutting it down. Okay, I think I lock it in. I'm gonna try to twist this around and then I can probably tune it as it were. Okay. Say hi, regular editor.
Hi.
Say hi. You're gonna come down here and say hello.
I'm supposed to do it like a married woman?
Hi. Yes. Okay.
Not like a single woman?
Yes.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, so this is our internal weight system for our pencil popper, and this is our internal flasher for our pencil popper. I wanted it to be a little more wiggly, you know? Mm-hmm. But, oh, and I pulled out my staple. That's probably part of the problem. Stapler.
So this is going inside something, or you're going to shape this like a fish?
This is inside the lure here. It's going to have a window. See the window?
Fancy.
Right. And so it's supposed to wiggle and shimmer thusly as the lure moves through the water. Okay, but it's so fortuitous you're here because I pulled out my staple and I need to reinstall it some more.
And why is that fortuitous?
Well, as I try to do it myself here, but I think I'm going to need more hands.
What do you need me to do?
Hold on, let's see if I can't get it once. Nope, I need to nail it. I'm just going to need you to hold that. I need to get my second favorite hammer and a drift. I'll be right back. Okay, keep them busy. Tell them a story. I don't hear you telling a story.
I think we're just gonna press pause.
Oh, you're supposed to tell me. Okay, can you hold right there, please? Okay, press down hard.
Right.
Take notes.
Don't smash my fingers.
I shall not try to smash your fingers.
You shouldn't try to smash it.
Here, why don't you use 2 paws on that? You gotta really press down on it. I need a smaller drift. Smaller drift. Ready? Okay, ready?
Sure.
Oh. No, it's not going in. It's going other ways. Tell it to stop doing that. I made a tiny staple for this project. 2 tiny staples, in fact, to hold this wire harness in place. But one of them, I'll let you guess which one is backing out and not playing nice. See that? Keeps moving. Don't move. Stay right there. I need a 3rd set of hands to hold the staple in place.
I'm not holding the staple in place. Like the thing that you're putting that on? Which staple?
See, this guy is in the way right now, so let's bend that out of the way. Right there is a staple that we need to push. It's backed out. See, it keeps backing out.
I thought you just pulled it out.
There must be too much tension on the cable here. It's not pushing it in like it was supposed to. See that? Every time I touch it, it moves up. Ooh, hold that right there. I don't think it's gonna. I can't direct the blow the right way. Nerds.
Oh no, you messed up your bench.
It's okay. It's just a spray paint away from being fixed next year.
Yeah, I need to go.
You gotta go? Just like that? You gonna say goodbye? Thank you. Thank you for your lovely assistance. All right, we got it. We got it hung where mostly we want it. You can see it kind of, well, it wiggles around. See? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay. So as this lure goes through the water, this is gonna wiggle and giggle and that kind of thing, and refract a whole lot of light, hopefully. Is that going to be the difference between me catching a fish or not? Probably not, because I probably won't be catching one anyway. But that's not important right now. Let us clean that out, and then we got to start gluing in these little ports right here and here, making sure these chambers are watertight and that the wire doesn't move. Using a clean paintbrush, I'm just going to try to knock any of the dust out of there with a careful and generous application of UV resin. Okay, we'll go let that dry out or set out in the sun. And those generous coating of UV resin there to lock them in place. All right, regular viewers, so we've got this weighted properly. When it's, I can't film it like this. It needs to be filmed. Oh, stand by. Okay, here it is. So when it's like this, you can actually get it to shimmer. It really doesn't take a lot of movement. That's the whole video, guys. That's what I've been trying to explain right there. So this centerpiece here is just gonna shimmer in the water like such as. You see that?
Yes, sir.
And then this weight is gonna go back and forth as it walks the dog. Bark, 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 bark. And as it does that, it hits it. It makes the shimmer. What do you want to call that thing?
I think just say
The sparkler.
how about the metal?
Okay, see how it works all in conjunction, like one kinetic bluefish killing masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
All right. Back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, so we are done with shaping and everything like that. All of these ports are closed with UV resin, so they all should hold in place. Plus, we're going to UV it some more when we're all done here. So what I was going to do before I seal this dog is we're going to put some Sparkle Farkle. Check this out. Over here on this side of the world. I think that's going to be enough. Okay, brush it all into there. Brush this off. Now, we need our Ozbang
UV resin.
UV resin. I'm going to get this under the UV lights. UV light it. Tiny saw blade, please don't cut off my fingers, and I love you. In case you're wondering what just happened, the little clip that my little rotary tool hangs by just fell off. And I have all my fingers, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It wrapped up in this rag, and I think that kind of helped save my life. I was just about to say, and we're done. So that was fun. Looks like our piece of stuff fell off here. Okay. Time to regroup. All right, so for some weird reason, when that thing flew off the table, this piece was not stuck to it any longer. So I have to re-glue it. I guess if that's all the carnage, then I think we're doing pretty good. I do like the tiny saw blade, aside from the obvious ability to really hurt you. The potential that it has, but I didn't get hurt, so that's a win-win situation, I guess. Okay, let me try and get this glued back together here, and we'll reconvene. Final clear coat before we paint it. All right, regular viewer, so our clear coat has set up very nicely, and we are going to looks Looks like I got a couple fingerprints in it there, but we'll take care of that here in a moment. So I guess our clear coat didn't set up very nice. It did set up though. Okay. So we're setting it to prep paint for paint. All right, so we've got our lure taped off. I'm going to spray it top, bottom, forward, and aft with just a rattle can, Rust-Oleum, just to get a quick white base, thick white base coat on it, and then we'll start going from there. I think the color scheme I want to go for, I really like this on a pencil popper, but I'm going to go with a blue, probably. I found this Blue Jay feather, and I think that would look pretty nice on there, even though it's not really coming out on camera, but we'll show you what we're going to do here. Okay, so first rattle coat is done. We're going to belly the silver. We're going to silver the belly with this, just to save on having to use a ton of airbrush paint, because that's a whole lot of it there. So I'll get that loaded on. Here it is. All the paint's all done. I have to hold the camera this way because you can't see the shimmer when it's like flat like that. But every time you move that little board or sheet of metal rather wiggles. So that's the paint job all done. Silver on the bottom. We've got our mackerel colors on the back and our mackerel stripes there. So. But I guess my dog needs to go for a walk. All right, now the finishing touches. We're gonna try something a skosh different today. We are gonna layer, what is this stuff?
Sparkle Farkles.
Sparkle Farkles, mica powder on our lure. Oh, I do have the youngest regular assistant with me today.
Hello.
She is feeling a little under the weather, unfortunately. So what this is going to be is adding a little color, and then just painting or clear coating just a little tiny spot with it, and then putting it in the sun to quick set it. I'm hoping to add highlight to the painted areas in just those areas of different color. Let's see if that makes enough of a... I'm going to go quick set this, and we'll be right back. All right, so we added blue highlight. Now we mixed up this greenish color here. I'm going to try to just kind of put it along right there. We're going to spread it pretty thin so that it doesn't, but we already had that green color on there. Now we're just adding a green sparkle highlight to it.
Here's it.
Thank you, yes, that is part of it.
And royal blue.
Royal blue.
What, is it part of a kingdom?
Thank you, dear. They're quite the little ham, you know that?
What?
Quite the little ham.
I get it.
You get it? What does that mean?
No, I was just kidding.
You don't get it?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Means you're willing to be a little jokester and show off for the camera.
That's funny.
Again, just adding that, trying to blend that in so it looks a little more like you know, the way you can blend the paint as well. All right, look out, young lady. We don't want to make a mess of it, okay?
And get it mixed up.
That's right. We need a little bit. I'm just going to put it right around his little face. Like that, okay?
Be really nice if we had purple.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
I'll
Okay,
just
go put this in the
this
sun.
Yes, sir.
The last actual color we're going to add to it is just the red here. Red Sparkle Farkle. I don't know where the youngest regular assistant went. She was supposed to tell you the colors is what she wanted to be doing there.
Red.
Well, you got to read the bottle, though. Remember you were reading the bottle to them?
I'm guessing it's probably royal red.
Oh, you got to come over here and read it.
I'm a royal. Red.
That's all it is?
Red.
It's just red. There's nothing royal or splendid or supercalifragilistic. Just red. All right. Well, let's set just the red. Last coat. It might have had too much of that Sparkle Farkle in it. We might have to dilute that. That was probably better over there. You can see we're going to have to wipe around that stuff we just put on. Get it to dilute a little. We're gonna spin this for a while, let this even out. All right, we got our clear coat applied, so it's all done now, except we gotta hang the hooks on it, so, but that's not terribly exciting to do. But you can see that even though we got the paint on it and the clear coat, this thing is still able to flash in the internal. That's what we were going for the whole time. I know that's seemed like a lot to get to that point, but what's pretty cool is how easily, you know, it just flickers. I don't know. I'm kind of enamored by it, I guess. So our weight in the back is still shaking. If you can hear that. And then every time this bait moves, that thing just shimmers in the sun. Even just for me talking makes it move, even though the lure doesn't really appear to be moving. But I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to try to get some hooks on it and try to show you a swim test here. And, you know, hopefully we'll catch something. It'll have to be something pretty big, but we'll see. I'm not going to be able to get it out to where it needs to go, but we're going to go take it in a lake here and just get it to walk the dog. All right, so we've almost completed all the lures that we can make from this broken Bolister. So we started out with this surf lure right here. Still hasn't got anything on it. Still got one more piece in the middle. And there's the latest, the see-through pencil popper. And we've got this little nub back here. I guess I'm going to plan on trying to make lures out of all of it. But yeah, we're going to turn that Bolister into a bucket full of lures, it looks like. Okay, so we're going to do our swim test here. I'm enjoying the see-through nature of our lure. First of all, it floats just the way I wanted it to. It's going to have a great pop. Look at that. It already wants to do pencil popper things.
All right.
All right, so this lure worked out great. It worked just the way I wanted it to. It sits in the water right. It does the walk the dog the way I want it to. The shimmery thing wiggles, and the weight goes back and forth and makes a nice knock through the water. So we just got to get it in the right situation in front of the right fish. But all in all, I say this one is a success. We can obviously refine this lure and make it work or look a lot nicer than how this one came out, just as a prototype here. But thank you for coming along this week. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. We'd love it if you left a like, and we'd always love it if you subscribe here. If you have any longer things you'd want to talk to us about, you could send us an email to our regularly occurring email address, which will be right here. Other than that, that's all we have this week. Thank you so much for watching, and you stay regular. Hey, what are you kids doing?